Hello my friends, so I welcome you in the love and light of the one infinite creator. And today I have channeled the Pleiadians as many of you had requested in the previous poll which I had placed on my channel. And the thing is, this session is actually like a bit different and a bit interesting also, because in this session, there was like a huge debate going on, okay, about, Galactic Federation of Light or Galactic Federation of Worlds, because some people were saying, Galactic Federation of Light is, negative, and Galactic Federation of World is positive, and others were saying, Galactic Federation of Worlds is negative, Galactic Federation of Light is positive. So, there was like huge confusion going on. So, in this session, the Pleiadians, they answered the query in a very interesting manner, and I hope this will like clear all of your doubts. And I hope that we can actually understand what they're saying, because what they said is actually, I think, it made a huge sense to me, a lot of sense to me, okay. And we have to rise above all of the stuff that they said. It's very this is like, we have to do this, otherwise our ascension will be like not that fast. So we need to do what they said, okay, in the session. It's very interesting about that. The other thing they oh yeah, they talk about how we can get ready for the 20th, right? This was like really interesting, okay. So what they said, what we already know is that on the 20th of October, the Galactic Federation and other light beings, they are creating this barrier around Earth of love light energies, right? In the last time also we participated, and we were successful in sending love light energies to the South Pole, and it was a huge success, so we were able to at least save our South Pole from the negative entities, right? So they said this time also at least we need around 5,000 people to if possible to perform the meditation, of course using your free will. I don't want to force anyone, okay, like those who are interested, you may join. It's going to be amazing. And they said, they have given us, what we can do, how we can, they talk about, how we can activate our each energy center, okay, like, wow, this is like really interesting stuff. And also they give us the location of each energy center in our physical body. Like, this stuff is like so like juicy for me. I found this really interesting, okay. And they gave us they said, during the meditation for the 20th, we can perform this process, of activating our energy center, which they describe in the session, and that will make us ready, okay, for entering into the this violet, right, which is a portal. They said violatory energy center is a portal. And they also talk about, yeah, this is really interesting, okay. Towards the end of the video, they talk about the how we can actually transcend above our identification. Now most people, we are like totally identified with our body, with our name, with our whatever we see on our environment. So they give us a very interesting process of rising above our identification, and especially the identification with our mind, right? Because our mind is created in the yellow ray. So I think this process will help you a lot. So it's towards the end of the session. Anyways, here's the session, my friends. After that, I will give you my understanding of it, and let's go.
We are the Pleiadians, and we are now communicating from our planetary sphere in the Pleiadian star system, as known in your language vibration sequence. We are now communicating via the process of vibrational thought form osmosis, which is the best process to transfer information in your space-time from our realm. We are now communicating only for the purpose of transmitting our thought forms with regards to the queries in the mind complex of this instrument. Hence, we would like to warn each of you, those who shall ponder upon the messages, to use your discrimination and only entertain those thoughts which provide a deeper sense of resonance with your inner heart. The queries placed by this instrument are varied in nature. For today, we can sense this instrument wants to understand the nature of the Galactic Federation as known by your people. We are now going to transmit the information pertaining to the difference between the so-called Galactic Federation of Light and the Galactic Federation of Worlds. In this regard, we are of the opinion that at the level of sixth density consciousness, there is no names, hence there is no name attached to the so-called Galactic Federation which is referred to by your people. Hence at the level in which the Galactic Federation exists, there is no need for any names to communicate. Only the vibration transfer is required, for telepathic communication is prevalent on that level. Therefore, there is no difference between the Galactic Federation of Lights and the Galactic Federation of Worlds. They are only created by your mind complex, which obsesses over thought forms and over the vibrational equivalent of labels, of words and languages as known in your language terms. We as the Pleiadians, upon scanning your planetary vibration, have also realized that the so-called distraction has been created by the evolving naming of different entities from the higher density realms. Hence, if this continues in the future, there is a high likelihood that the confusion and the ascension of entities on the Earth planets will become divided based upon the names that have been instead created by the mind complex of entities. Let us give you an example of how the names and the vibration complexes differ. In essence, from one country to another, one person's name may change based upon the language, but the person's vibration and the innate level of vibrations which is located at the violet ray or the crown chakra is never changed, even when such a person changes its name from country to country or from location to location as in your planetary sphere. In a similar manner, during the process of vibrational thought form osmosis, many entities may receive the same information based upon the language patterns prevalent in their mind complex, and the words sometimes they may receive may be in the form of Galactic Federation of Lights or the Galactic Federation of Worlds based upon the preference of the mind complex of such entities. Hence, there is no need for separation to be created on the planetary sphere. As far as we can scan the vibrations of the Earth planets, this query was raised because of the division being created by many entities who are working for dividing the so-called ascension patterns of people based upon the names of the Galactic Federation, which in essence does not make any sense to us, as there is no name upon the level of vibrations above the fifth sub-octave of the fourth density. Therefore, we as the Pleiadians would like to prefer and place our suggestions to the human collective that this patterning of objectification of the so-called Galactic Federation into two factions is wrong, and the only utility of this is to create separation amongst your masses. Therefore, now we shall scan the mind complex of this instrument. Upon scanning the mind complex of this instrument wants to understand what is the best way to prepare for the 20th of October, the timeline on the space-time of your planets, wherein we, as well as the Galactic Federation and many other light beings, are sending love light energies in the form of creation of love light barrier across your planetary sphere for the protection from the negative energies fast approaching from the comet named by your people as Bernali Bernstein. In this regard, all entities who desire to participate on the so-called 20th mass meditation for the creation of love light grid around the Earth planets may perform the so-called activation of all energy centers within their bodily complex, which can be activated by focusing of attention or awareness completely from the lower chakra of the red ray, which is located at the area wherein your sexual organs are primitively found. Then, after focusing and being thankful to this area, then changing focus and being thankful in the name of the one creator to the yellow ray energy center, which is located below the navel of your bodily complex, and then continuing the same process of gratitude to the yellow ray energy center, which is located above the navel area of your body complex, and then continuing the same process of being gratitude in the name of the one creator in the yellow ray energy center, which is found below the solar plexus and above the navel area of your body complex, and then focusing attention or awareness on the green ray energy center of the heart, wherein the seed of the fourth density shall flower upon your planetary sphere by being thankful of its existence in your bodily complex will allow it to be activated. This process of thanking the energy center will activate each energy center, because the cells inside each energy center many a times have not received the vibrations of thankfulness. Hence, upon receiving such vibrations in each energy center will begin to activate the so-called cells inside the body complex, and also lead to a vibrational change in that area. Therefore, the continuation of the gratitude of the energy center shall then move upward to the throat area or the blue ray energy center, and the same process of thanking and gratitude shall be conducted. Furthering the process, then the entrance into the pineal gland or the so-called third eye chakra, as indicated by the indigo ray, shall be in consideration. And after the thankfulness of this, then shall the final violet ray be acknowledged and be grateful of, since the violet ray energy center is located above the head, a few centimeters above. This area may be visualized as it is the gateway into the octaves of the time-space realm. After the blessing of the centers of creation, and after the activation of thankfulness in each energy center, then entities shall proceed to enter into a state wherein they are able to keep track of their awareness within the bodily complex. What this means is that on a normal basis, entities are unable to identify or become and transcend above the body, the names, and the mind complex created thought forms. And also, in today, we correct these instruments. Today, we are going to share with you a process which can be used to transcend above not only the mind body, but also above the awareness, since each entity is not only the awareness, but it is in essence the one which can even observe the awareness. Which means that each entity is the creator, and hence the process is simple. To focus on the awareness as it changes places inside the physical vehicle, to simply keep track of it as it changes position from one point on your bodily complex to the other point. The other aspect which may be noticed at this time space is that the awareness can only focus on one point, since your awareness is a type of awareness known as a single point awareness. It can only focus on a single point of awareness or a body object or thought form, which means that the place in which you give your attention is the one in which the awareness shall enter, and the energy patterns shall also increase. This is the reason why many on your planetary sphere refer to as awareness, as energy, and they say, in your language terms, where there is awareness, there is energy. In essence, this factor is true in terms of your bodily complex. Hence, each entity must remember to keep track of the awareness as it changes position in the bodily complex, and just to keep track of it and just watch it as it changes. By doing this, many entities will become disassociated with this current reality, and then they will begin to enter and access the violet ray gateway, which will allow each entity to enter together into the quantum reality as known by your people, wherein there is only unity, and in that level each entity may then begin to send love light energies by creating a blanket around the planet Earth. For the protection of the Earth planets depends not only upon the people of the Earth planets, but also upon the Galactic Federation's love light energy exposure. The dual nature of this love light exposure shall cause a drastic effect on the planetary vibration to shift. Also, we are of the opinion that at least a number of around 5,000 entities shall perform the meditation as directed in order for the effectiveness of the same. Therefore, we as the Pleiadians leave you now in love and light until we meet again. Bye.
So my friends, I hope you have watched the session, and I hope you also gained a greater understanding of what they said about, the Galactic Federation of Light versus the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Now, I have seen that there are many people, who are creating this kind of like a lot of confusion regarding this aspect. They say, Galactic Federation of Worlds is negative, or maybe, Galactic Federation of Light is negative, or maybe one is positive or one is negative. They are creating this confusion in essence, okay? The thing is, they said, okay, this is very simple to understand. They said that, on the level of 6th density, okay, or on the level above the 4th density, the Galactic Federation, obviously they are at a higher level. I believe they are at 6th to 7th density. Obviously they are created with many other beings coming together, so they are at a higher level, and at that level there is no need for any words to be used like we use words to communicate, right? So because of this, they said it may cause a lot of confusion for many of the beings who want to ascend. They may become distracted from teachings which may change their life, because they believe that one thing is negative or one thing is positive, right? just because of that, they may not be able to like fully understand the teachings which are being provided at this time. And this is really fascinating. Okay, they said that both are the same. In essence, for example, okay, I am channeling. I receive information, and my vocabulary, I believe resonated with the word light, so I use that, Galactic Federation light, right? So some others who may be channeling, they may receive the same information, but they may say it using the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Okay, so in essence, there is no difference. They said they are all the same. Okay, because look, at that level there is no words. Like we have this like habit of this is like we need to rise above this. Okay, we have this habit of identifying with words and stuff. Like it's very like, I don't know what to say. It's very childish in a way, right? To fighting for words, and people are literally like fighting for words. Like blaming Galactic Federation of Worlds or Galactic Federation of Light is wrong and stuff like that. It's really, look, this is not what Ascension is all about. If we are doing that, just look, what are we doing? When we do that, we are judging someone else, right? And in essence, they have said we should not judge. So we are, some of them are just judging others. I don't know what's going on, right? So I never I never said Galactic Federation of Light is bad or Galactic Federation of World is bad. I never said that, because I knew like this was I knew there was something deeper meaning behind this. So we understood today. So from now on, I hope no one will fight for the words, okay? Because they said they are the same. So it's done, right? The case is closed, okay? And if you don't resonate with the message, you may not listen to the message. That's simple, okay? Look, I believe that there are many channelers out there and many people receiving messages. So the best thing to do is use your discernment. And some of the messages may be really good, okay? So use your discernment, and if they resonate, accept. If they don't accept. No one is forcing you. Of course, you have free will. So the other thing is, for the 20th, they said it would be great if we can collect like 5,000 people, like the last time we did. It was more than 5,000, but in a single in a single time, we were not able to do 5,000. Okay, we almost had reached around 3,000 people, but still I think we managed to do I think more than 5,000 people meditated on that day, and to send love light energies to the South Pole. So in 20th, what I'm planning to do is at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, I'll try to do a live stream on 20th. Okay, and I'll put that reminder maybe tomorrow or in the coming days, so we can do it together. Okay, so on the 20th, they have said is what we can do is, firstly, they said I have to watch the session again, okay, because they have said our body portions, they have described it according to the chakras. So I believe the red ray, they said our sexual organs, then they said orange ray, something like that, yellow, green. I need to see the session again. Then I remember throat chakra, then they said the pineal. Yeah, this is how they said. Okay, so we need to, what they said is, in essence, during the process of meditation, we need to say thank you to each chakra. This is what I understood, okay? Now, if you understood something else, then please leave a comment. But I understood that we need to say thankful to each center, so that it will activate the cells inside. Wow, this is deep, right? It will help to activate our cells, and because of the positive energy, I believe there will be more positivity, and our energy centers will become activated. So wow, this is amazing. And the other thing, this one is really, really good, okay? They talked about what it means to actually transcend above your name, above your body, above your mind. What it means is that they gave us a simple process, and that is to be able to keep track of our awareness. Now, it's very simple. Now, normally I'm sitting here, and I can sense my awareness is changing places. It's in my hand 1 second, it's going to other hand, it's in my throat 1 second, it's in my eyes, it's in my leg. But I found out very interesting is that this awareness can only focus on one point. So this is like really interesting. Okay, they also said this, that this awareness can focus on only one point, right? So either you're focusing on your thoughts, or either you're focusing on your body, either you're focusing on some organ. Okay, you just need to keep track of it. You just need to be an observer of your awareness. Wow, this was like let me tell you this much. Okay, like this session really like changed changed my life, and I hope it will change yours, because the moment I started to do that, I recognized that I am greater than even awareness. I am not the awareness, but I am even greater than the awareness. I am the one who can see the awareness. Like, wow, right? This is like deep, right? And yeah, this stuff is very interesting to do. If you just keep track of it, your mind will like totally, there will be no need for the mind to come in. You will feel this like sense of connectedness, and it's very interesting. I tried this myself and I'm doing it. So yeah, so let's meet on the 20th. I will try to arrange better internet this time if possible. And also I would be I am really thankful to all of you, who have joined on my Patreon and are, like supporting me. I am sharing my transcripts as well as some of the sessions which I cannot share in YouTube over there. And also, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have sent emails regarding past live sessions. I'm doing it when I'm getting free time. So anyways, I thank you all so much for the support in this journey, and see you in the next session. Thank you.